Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How is everyone doing this evening? Welcome to my living room. This is Julia Juju Thomas coming to you live this Sunday evening for another edition of Let's Talk. So come on in and join us. We're going to have a very informative discussion tonight. We're going to talk about the positive impacts of herbs and herbal supplements on your body and how we can use those in addition to the prescription medications that the doctors may be providing us in order to help maintain a healthy and balanced life. So come on in, welcome everyone to this edition of Let's Talk. And guys, as you come in, this is just a reminder to give me a wave, let me know that you're here. Then also like and share the video, shout me out, tell me hello, let me know that you're in the room with me tonight, that you're on with us this evening, sharing in tonight's edition of Let's Talk. So let me know, give me a wave, give me some thumbs up, let me know that you're out here. And don't forget, guys, as always, please like and share this video, like and share the video, and tag a friend. Let them know that we'll be talking about some things that they may just be interested in tonight. Some herbal supplements and the various supplements that can assist you with your blood pressure. You may have diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease. You may just be stressed and want something to help you with stress release. So we're going to talk about all those things this evening. So come on in and join us. Come on in and join us this evening for this edition of Let's Talk. Come on in and join us. I have flipped the camera around. I'm doing the most this evening. So how's everybody been today? Has everyone had a wonderful day? I pray that you have an awesome week. I pray that you've had an awesome week and you're preparing for another great week. The kids had their first week of school, or wasn't a full week. This is going to be their first full week of school, but most of them here in Alabama have gone back to school. So how is everything going with that? Hello, Mr. Jackson. I'm trying to add you, so hopefully we can get you added in here with us tonight so you can, of course, take part in the discussion. Says no answer. Let's try again. Okay, so, hey, Starlet, how are you doing this evening? You decided you would come on in a little earlier this evening, so that you can, so I wouldn't be fussing at you. Is that what it is? You decided you just come on in a little earlier so that I could, so I wouldn't have to fuss at you about being late. Okay. Uh, Good evening, Tiffany Williams. How are you doing? Uh, Thank you for joining me, Tiffany. Um, I hope everyone has had just a fabulous day. If you guys would do me a favor, uh, like and share the video, tag a friend, let them know that we are on the air this evening, that Juju is on live, and that we're going to be talking about some very important things. So, Tag your friends and let them know that we are on the air. Hello, Mr. Jackson. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. I don't like being in my bedroom, but I'm in here, so what? I'm doing well though. How are
I'm
you?
doing good. I'm doing good. It's good to see you.
Well, same here. Thank you very much. How are
I'm
you?
I'm doing fabulous. I cannot complain. I cannot complain. I'm doing fabulous. I talk to so many different people, and so many people have so many different things going on. I just praise God for his goodness. So, I can't complain. I won't complain. I refuse to complain because God is so good to me. So, um,
And you know what's so beautiful about it? He doesn't have to be, but he is.
right, exactly, exactly. It's not my goodness, it's his goodness.
Oh, he
So,
is.
so I appreciate it 100%, 100%. So, guys, when you come in, if you would do us a favor and please like and share the video, like and share the video, tag your friends, let them know that Juju is on this evening, and we're going to be having a very engaging discussion, informative discussion. I'm so excited about our guest tonight. I almost can't sit in this chair. I'm about to jump up out of my chair. I'm so excited. But we're just looking forward to another awesome show tonight. And of course, another awesome discussion. And like I always say, it's not my show, it's our show. It's not my discussion, it's our discussion. We are looking forward to another exciting discussion. So, everybody come on in and join us. And when you come in, make sure that you do like and share the video, and that you invite your friends. Let them know Juju is on the air. Let me see if I can get my head in here.
Can you let me
Okay.
let me
You left me, Mr. Jackson? Are you gonna come back? I guess you're gonna come back in a few minutes. But anyway, we're gonna get ahead and get started here in just a few minutes. It is almost 7 o'clock, and of course we'll get started at 7 o'clock promptly. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening. And I am excited and delighted to have all of you here with me for Let's Talk. Okay, so let us go ahead and get started for this evening. Welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk. I am your host, Juju, and we are coming to you live tonight from my living room. Let's Talk is produced by my dear brother, who always has my back. Of course, that is Mr. Jerry L. Jackson. And there is so much to talk about, so we're going to get right to it. But first, let me remind you that this isn't intended to be a news show, but we will try our best to steer clear of gossip and things that are knowingly untrue. It is my sincere hope that everyone finds this to be a safe place where you feel comfortable sharing your opinions. All that being said, let's talk. First of all, hey Jasmine, hey Duchess, how are you guys doing this evening? Thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for joining Jasmine and Duchess. And if you all guys, everyone on, would please do me just the biggest favor, like and share the video. Please like and share the video. And then let everyone know that we are on the air. First of all, In our politics this week, we know that Vice President Kamala Harris selected her running mate, and that is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. And Tim Walz has been a school teacher, a football coach, a member of the House of Representatives, a member of the Army National Guard, as well as governor of Minnesota. He was elected to the House of Representatives multiple times in a red district in Minnesota. While governor, he has passed an abortion rights bill in Minnesota, as well as a bill supporting transgender rights. After announcing Tim Walz as her running mate, the Harris Walz team ticket went on a tour of 4 different battleground states where their rallies drew a record number of attendees. So that's what's going on in the political news tonight. Hey, Althea, how are you? Thank you for joining. Let's ask, what do you guys think about Harris's choice of Tim Walz as her running mate? What do you guys think about Tim Walz? Have you all had an opportunity to see him in the news, or did you know anything about him prior to him being in the Veets stakes, as they call it? So, what do you guys think about Tim Walz as Kamala's running mate? And while you all uh, are putting your comments in the chat, I will say for myself that initially I really felt like Shapiro would have been the best pick. I thought he would help deliver Pennsylvania, and I just like his swagger. I think he has a lot of swagger to him. However, I will say I have seen Tim Walz in the rallies that they have been having the past week, and he has grown on me. He has an attractive personality, is magnetic, I'll say, a magnetic personality, and he really has grown on me. And I also kind of think he is, he allows Kamala to be the good guy while he would go and get at you. So I like the role that he is playing. Mr. Jackson, what do you think?
Well, okay. Um, when to be honest, I did not know that much about him until he was one of the 6, and then they were vetting the last 3, and I started to do some research on him, and I was very pleased. It's a very safe choice. He's very normal, and in today's society, America has shifted, and I've seen a shift to where people love normalcy. They like to see someone that looks like them. And traditionally, my age group, we're so accustomed to the traditional politician. They look a certain way, they act a certain way, and they speak a certain way. And so Tim Walz has brought in a whole different perspective, and he is the one that so many people can relate to. I
Okay.
like the fact that he's a cusser. I like that he cusses. And I like the fact that he is, he goes 100% in. He talks the normal talk. And I think America has awakened, and they're now saying, wait a minute, this man is just like me and just like us. And he's put a firestorm under the campaign. And I love his witty personality. So, and
Okay.
we've got some
Yes,
comments
we do.
in the
We
chat.
have some comments.
Yes.
Okay.
So, exactly, Tiffany. I do not want you and Ardeen to curse. And guess what? I've opened up my cussing bag. This campaign has caused me to use some profane language, which is so unorthodox for me. But Tiffany says she thinks he's a good choice as far as someone white men will be drawn to. I totally agree with that. I saw another comment, but it disappeared. I think it was Jacory.
Decorah
Someone said that
said
it was
it
a
was a
safe
safe
choice.
pick.
It was a safe pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And Tiffany called him coach and
I
yeah.
see all of
So
those. Yes, stay
okay,
in your lane.
yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah, I'm excited because he tickles me. Every time he gets up, and I love the two things I'll never forget. He uses the word weird, and then he says, "Mind your own damn business," and that has stuck with me. So I'm excited about
I
that.
like to mind your business as well. Okay, so good evening, Jacory. Thank you for joining. I want to say good evening to Lynette. Thank you for joining, Lynette. Good evening. I see Denise Johnson there. Good evening, Denise. And everybody, let me see. Vinny E. Good evening, Vinny E. Um, and let me see, who else do I see out there? Derek Thomas. Good evening, Derek, my nephew. Love you. Um, Good evening, Adriel. Adriel, good evening, Adriel. And everyone else who has joined us. While you're out, what I would love for you guys to just do me a favor, if you don't mind. Would you please like and share this video? Like and share this video. Tag a friend. Let them know that Juju is on the air, and we're going to be talking about the impact, the positive impact of herbs on your body, on us. Tonight we're going to be talking about that. But I do have one other question. What do you think about the current tone of the Harris Walz campaign? Everybody is talking about how positive and energizing and uplifting the campaign is. It's moved from, one of grievance and when Biden was running, and what he was saying was very true, that Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy. But this campaign is more about hope and more about the future and more about positivity. So, what do you guys think about the change in the tone of the campaign since
Julia.
Harris has taken over? Yes, go ahead,
Um,
Mr.
I,
Jackson.
I love it's very strategic over the past, as soon as she was elevated to the nominee, and then she was actually now the official nominee. It has been very strategic with the campaign. There was a message of hope. They kept the focus of the hope and the joy. And if you notice, that same message is now there is a message of they're infiltrating the policies in now. If you notice, they're talking about gun control, they're talking about border control, they're talking about the economy. So um, things what people really want to hear, but most importantly, what I'm saying is people want to get some joy. We want to get we want to get away from all of this negativity and these lies on top of lies on top of lies, and they're now bringing a positive message that most of the American people want to hear.
Yeah, and I agree that people are excited about some positivity, because I have said, and I've said to you, Mr. Jackson, I've said to others, that the entire country, and when I say this, people kind of laugh, but I'm very
So
sincere
true.
about it. The entire country has been suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, after the last Trump administration. And we have been suffering from that for the past 4 years, trying to get our bearings together, trying to lift us up out of the mood of depression and fear and anxiety, because we have been suffering from that post-traumatic stress disorder. And I will say this too, and I am very sincere about it. Me being a social worker, I recognize it when I see it. The Republican Party is suffering from battered women's syndrome, or battered partner syndrome, or they have been battered. They have been beaten down, beaten into submission by Donald Trump. And so they don't want to be with him, but they're afraid of the consequences of moving on. So they're in that battered person syndrome that they're dealing with. So I think the positivity and the positive messaging is something that will be really good for the country, and I pray that it will continue, because it is something that is much needed. All righty then, Mr. Jackson. So I didn't see any other comments about the state of the campaign. So we're going to get on down to the business of tonight, what everybody came here for, okay? Okay. Now let us turn our attention to tonight's main discussion, the positive impact of herbs. Before we get started, I must give this disclaimer. No one on this panel, I'm not, Mr. Jackson is not, Adriel is not a doctor, nor do we have any medical training. I always encourage people to talk to your medical professional prior to taking any kind of supplements or starting any other regimens, especially if you have any type chronic illness or are taking prescription medication. So talk with your doctor, let them know what you're taking, what you're planning to take, or ask him about these supplements. I do not advocate using drugs or using herbs to supplant prescription medication. I advocate using them to supplement what your doctor has prescribed. Okay, so all that being said, I am thrilled to introduce you guys to tonight's guest. She is one of the most fascinating young ladies that I know. Um, uh, she is a musician. She is an author. She is a certified yoga instructor, and she serves right now as a financial support social worker in her day job. But tonight she will be speaking to us as an herbalist, okay, her herbalist expertise. I call her my tiny tot. Mr. Jackson uses her granny's term of endearment. He calls her Genya. But I guess I'll just introduce you guys to her as Adriel Vinson. So let me see if we can get Adriel on the air. Yes, there we go. Oh, wait. I couldn't add it. Let's try it again.
You flip the camera around, I think.
Okay, let me try again. Adrian. Okay. I don't see Adriel on my list. Adriel, are you out there? Jasmine says, "Go, best friend. That's my best friend. I know it." Jasmine, she loves you and you love her, and I love that y'all have that relationship. And yes, Mr. Jackson, I did too. And flip the camera around. I'm showing you my dirty living room, and y'all don't want to see that. Okay, Adriel says she's still here. Let me see. Let you see. Okay. Okay. It says that we're adding Adriel. So, yes, guys, I am so excited about
There we
having
go.
my tiny tie here. Hey, A, how are you doing?
I'm great. How about you?
I am doing fabulous. I'm so excited to have you on Let's Talk with me tonight. Hello, Mr. Andrew Page. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, Adriel is just, I don't even know, words can't even describe. I just say that's my baby. Words can't even describe because she does so much. And the thing about her is she's not afraid to try new things and to do different things. And so this herbalist is her latest venture, and we are just so excited to have her. And she's not one that's gonna have do when she engages in something. She's gonna give it her all, her 100%. So anyway, so Andrea, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long have you been studying herbs?
The camera moved. Okay. So I have been studying herbs honestly for probably just a few months now. I've always been fascinated with them. I've been drinking like chamomile teas or yogi teas for like a long time. But I'm just now really getting into the studying of the herbs, like the past few months or so.
Okay, okay. So, anything else that you would like to tell us about yourself, Adriel?
Well, I mean, I'm 26. I like to do yoga. I like to do holistic healing and wellness and that kind of thing and meditation and all that. That's kind of my vibe.
So you're into that total wellness, but you like more natural remedies to your wellness, your yoga, your meditation, your teas, your
Mhm.
herbs. So you like to make sure you're well physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually,
Yep.
in a holistic manner.
Yes.
Okay. All righty then. Well, we are so glad that you are here with us tonight. And guys, make sure if you have if you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. We want to make sure that you take full advantage of Adriel. She said, "Hey, Arnessa Fruity, how you doing?" She says she's been studying herbs for a few months, but I'm gonna let y'all listen to her because no, this is deep when it comes to her knowledge of herbs. Okay, so there are many chronic illnesses that are prevalent in the Black community, and we know that. However, I want to focus on what I consider to be four of the major chronic illnesses and issues that we deal with in the Black community: high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, anxiety, and high stress levels. And I want you to talk to us about um, herbs and things that we can do to help combat these four issues. And we can start with high blood pressure.
Okay. So I've got some notes here. So for heart issues, the number one herb that comes to mind for me would be hawthorn. So the herbal actions of this, it's a heart tonic and it's something called anti-ischemic. And that means it improves your circulation in your coronary arteries. So this can actually help prevent you having heart attacks.
Okay.
Um, helps with high blood pressure, and it also helps treat heart palpitations or like the
Okay.
flutter heart feeling that you might get sometimes. It also, just on the phytochemistry side of it, it helps to improve energy use of cardiac cells in the heart. So it improves the way that they're able to use the energy.
Okay. Okay. And that you said is hawthorn. Hawthorn.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you can use this if you are suffering from degenerative conditions of the cardiovascular system, if you're recovering from a heart attack, like you had one recently, or just for gradual age-related loss of cardiac function. So
Okay.
honestly, hawthorn's good for anybody, really.
Okay.
Just as a
Okay. Okay. All right. So hawthorn, and that's for the heart disease, or
yeah,
for the high blood pressure, or
yeah.
just for the heart disease? For
It's all
both.
it's both.
It's for
Yeah.
both. Okay. Okay. Is there any other supplement or herb that would be good for high blood pressure or heart disease?
Yes, but first I want to mention some contraindications, just some things you want
Oh,
to watch for.
okay, okay. Some what are those like side effects or?
I don't like side effects, but like you can't really say side effect in herbalism because everybody's body kind of reacts differently to
Okay,
herbs. So,
okay,
so you want to avoid this if you have low blood pressure or already taking heart medications. You should speak with your doctor beforehand because you don't want them to have a reaction, because herbs can react with your other medications.
okay, okay, okay. And can you spell Hawthorne? Spell
Okay.
that word for
Okay.
us.
There we go. Did it go?
You
Yes.
put it in the chat.
Awthorn. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So we got the Hawthorne. Okay. All right. And then okay, so that is gonna be help us for our blood pressure. You said you had others. Okay, so what else do you have for us for
Okay.
that one?
So the second one I have is hibiscus, and this also will help lower your blood pressure, and it's great for heart health. Also, it is delicious. So I actually have some here with me. It's from my apothecary. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
You can just kind of
And
stir.
when you say, wait a minute now, when you say your apothecary, uh
Yeah,
define that for us, please.
apothecary is basically a collection of your herbs or a collection of some of the things you have made. So if you've made teas or if you've made tinctures, something like that, that's your apothecary.
Okay, okay. All right. And then tinctures, tell us what that is.
Okay, so I have this whole thing about the different formulations of herbs, but I'll just go ahead and tell you what a tincture is. So a tincture is a mixture of the herb and some drinking alcohol. So not
Okay.
alcohol, but like vodka. A lot of people usually use vodka, and I would recommend using 40 to 60 proof vodka.
Okay.
And when I'm making tinctures, I don't use exact measurements just because I'm not really wired like that. But I will say with tinctures I've done recently, I do 1 part solvent or alcohol, no, 2 part solvent or alcohol to 1 part herb. So
Okay.
2 part, 1 part herb. And with tinctures, what you're going to do is you're going to put them in a glass jar or like a mason jar, and then you wait 4 to 6 weeks. And throughout this time, the jar needs to be stored in a cool, dark place, like a cabinet.
Okay.
And then you need to shake it up at least once a day or just whenever you remember. And then at the
Okay.
end, you're going to strain it through a cheesecloth, dispose of the herb, and then you're going to have a potent extraction. And so you're going to place it in a dropper bottle,
Okay.
and then you're going to date and label it.
Okay.
And just as an example, here's a tincture I have right here.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
so that,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. All right. So you say hibiscus.
yeah.
Okay. Miss Jasmine, can you put that in there for us too in the chat? Hibiscus. That's another herb for high blood pressure. And then we have a couple of comments, Adriel. Let us look at some of the questions in the comments before we move a little further.
Right. Okay. We have Andrew says, are these herbs expensive? Jasmine Hayes wants to know hawthorn is a tea leaf. And Jasmine Hayes also is saying, is it kind of like fermenting when you're making your tincture, as you say? And if you will, could you please spell hibiscus? I could be searching it over here on my side. Don't worry about it. I'll get hibiscus spelling. You just answer those questions for us, Jenya.
Okay.
So are they expensive, the herbs, Adrian?
Well, I mean, they can be expensive. Some of them are more expensive than others. It also depends on how much you're going to buy it at a time. I don't, like, if you buy in bulk, it can probably be kind of expensive, but I generally just buy about this much at a time.
Okay.
So that's maybe like.
And where do you get it? Where do you purchase it?
Where?
Yeah. Where?
In Opelika, I go to Dayspring Nature Shop.
Okay, so you go to a like a natural supplement store or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All
Tiffany
right.
wants to know how to use each. I know that you were talking about trenching them. She wants to know how to use each of them.
Okay.
How do you use the tincture?
Like how like what kind of things can you make with the herb is what she's asking?
How to
Well,
use the tincture? Once you have made the tincture, how do you use it? How do you ingest it? Mm-hmm.
So it's in a dropper bottle. And this is a ashwagandha, which I'll talk about later. But so you put like 20 drops underneath your tongue a couple times a day.
A couple times a day?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 All right, then too. Talking about shot glass. Okay. All righty then. So we have okay, so we have hibiscus and we have hawthorn, both of those for high blood pressure and heart disease. Anything else that we should be looking at for high blood pressure?
Uh yeah. Also, side note, this is some hibiscus tea right here, and it is absolutely delicious.
Okay.
Um, garlic is a superhero when it comes to heart health.
Okay.
Garlic is garlic and clear your arteries. It thins your blood, so it's a blood thinner, natural blood thinner. It treats heart ailments like high blood pressure and cholesterol, and it regulates blood sugar.
Okay, so you said garlic is a superhero.
It is,
So is when you are saying garlic, are you talking about like seasoning like the garlic powder I put on my food, or do I need something else uh to really get the full effect? Do I need to consume it in a different form?
it's gonna be more potent if you tincture
Oh,
it,
okay,
or
okay,
like garlic capsules, like pills, which you can actually make. You know.
okay. Okay, so so sometimes the supplements that you buy from the store, the pills, they work okay as well. Okay, okay. All right then. So you said garlic is the superhero. So we all should be trying to get a little more garlic in our diet.
Mhm. But I will say avoid it if you're already on blood thinners because it's a blood thinner. You don't want to do the double whammy blood thinner.
Okay, so garlic is a blood thinner.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that bit of information. Garlic is a blood thinner. Okay. All righty then. Um, okay. So, was there anything else on high blood pressure and heart disease?
I think that's what I had for heart. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we had hawthorn, we had hibiscus, and we have garlic for our high blood pressure and our heart disease, guys. So make sure that, like I said, consult your doctor. And like Adriel said, some of these things, if you take them on top of your medication, does it intensify the effect of the medication, Adriel?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so it can intensify the effect of the medication. So
gotcha.
make sure that you let you talk to your medical professional before you start taking these things if you already have these conditions and are taking prescription drugs for them. Mr. Jackson, before we move on to diabetes, what else do we have in the chat?
Okay, so Michael Francis, he cooks with actual garlic, and Tiffany Williams is wanting to know, is garlic good for high cholesterol? And Lynette Vinson Mays wants to know if you recommend anything for liver health or the liver.
Okay,
And
so
Duke and Duchess said hello. Okay.
hi. So garlic is good for high cholesterol.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I was actually going to get into this herb specifically, but dandelion is great for your liver.
Dandelion.
Yes.
Okay, so I have some dandelion tea. Oh my God. But anyway, we're so it's good for your liver.
For your liver.
Oh, okay. All righty. Dandelion is very bitter, but okay.
It's a bitter.
Huh?
It's a part of a category of herbs called bitters. So yeah, it is.
Oh, it's called bitters. Yes, it is very bitters.
Yeah.
Okay. So diabetes. Let's move on to diabetes. What do you have for a girl like me who's battling diabetes?
Okay, so I've got one very popular herb in the diabetic kind of world. It's called barberry.
Barberry. Okay.
Type it out. Okay, so with barberry, it contains a compound called berbine. So that's Berbine, and that actually decreases blood sugar. So
Okay.
it's been known to improve how cells respond to insulin, and so that's gonna regulate your blood sugar levels.
Okay. Okay. And
But
that is barberry. Okay.
check with your doctor because it can interact with your other
It
medications.
can interact with the other medications.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anything else for diabetes?
Um, no, I don't think I had anything else. But I keep hearing about barberry as far as like
Okay.
diabetes. So
Okay. All righty. And the next one is anxiety and high stress levels.
oh yeah. Okay, so I'm very familiar with this one.
Okay.
So I want to talk about ashwagandha. So I actually have ashwagandha. I wonder if I should show you guys the. Here's the tincture, like I said earlier. This is something called an adaptogen. So essentially, what it means is it's going to help you adapt to stress better.
Okay. And it's an adaptogen, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And I think you're going to have to type that ashwagandha
Yeah.
in for us, Adriel. Um,
There it is.
okay. Okay. And Ezra says, hello, Adriel.
Hi, Ezra.
Okay. So, ashwagandha, and how does that one work, eh?
So sleeplessness and fatigue, and it works because it reduces serum cortisol levels, and cortisol is a stress hormone. So obviously if you have less
Okay.
stress.
Okay. So cortisol is a stress hormone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you
Okay.
cortisol, this is what will give you like breakout.
Okay. Wait a minute, because you're going in and out on us, and we want to make sure we're getting everything.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but I need you to be still.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't move.
Don't move.
Okay. So cortisol, it can like break out stuff.
Wait a minute. Sound like somebody running water in the background.
There's no water in the background.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I don't know if I should Wi-Fi or what.
I don't know. It's just kind of breaking up. I know y'all down in the country where you get poor reception sometimes.
Not really.
No. No, that's bad. Oh,
Okay. What?
okay. Yeah, okay, so wait a minute. So
Okay, let me get up.
yeah, maybe you need to go to another location in the home.
Okay, is that better?
That's a little better, yes.
Okay. I don't even know what I was saying.
You were talking about ashwagandha and you were telling us how it works or whatever.
Okay, yeah. So did you hear me say that it lowers cortisol?
Yeah, you did say it lowers cortisol.
Okay. So yeah, it lowers cortisol, and cortisol is one of those stress hormones or stress compounds. Yeah, stress hormones. And this what will cause you to like break out when you're really stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be the thing that fixes that.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Austin and Sandra Mastella Coleman. Thank you guys for joining. And I think uh uh Janice Johnson had a question there. Uh,
So, okay. Okay.
and she wants to know, what are the bitters good for, and can you make them yourself as a tea?
Okay, so bitters are good for digestion.
Mm-hmm.
They are high in something called polyphenols, and polyphenols are awesome for like your gut health and stuff. So I recommend making a tincture out of them because they do taste really bad. Like I don't recommend having a tea.
Yeah.
So with a tincture, you can just do some drops under your tongue before you eat, and then you eat, and it's supposed to help you with your digestion over time.
Okay. Yeah, because I have some dandelion tea. I have a very good friend of mine who's into these herbs. Venus, I haven't seen Venus join us tonight, but anyway. And so when I had COVID, she's gonna help me out, and she brings me this dandelion tea, and she brought me the steeping cup and all of that. And I was like, Venus, I can't drink this. This stuff is hideous. And I was like, I would have to put so much sugar and stuff. It wouldn't be any good by the time I drink it. She's like, no, you get used to the taste. I'm like, I doubt it. I doubt it. Um, but anyway, okay. So what else? You said ashwagandha is good for anxiety and stress. Anything? What else?
I also have chamomile.
Okay.
So
Okay.
chamomile is used in a lot of teas. It's really good.
Okay.
It's an anti-inflammatory as well,
Okay.
and it's antimicrobial. So it's killing bacteria and fungus and
Oh,
viruses.
okay.
But it is
Okay.
also a sedative, which is how I like to use it. If you put this in some tea right before bed, you will go to sleep.
Oh, really?
If you have some chamomile tea, this is going to put you to sleep.
So if I drink the chamomile tea instead of taking my sleeping pill, I can go to sleep without sending you weird texts in the middle of the night.
Hopefully.
Okay. All righty. And so I have questions. Tiffany says she's making some lemon ginger tea right now. What's good for digestion? You said what did you say was good
Bitters.
for digestion?
Bitters are.
The the
Yeah, so
bitters.
dandelion.
Okay. And you said dandelion. What are other bitters?
Okay, there's dandelion, there's wormwood. There's probably some more that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head, but wormwood is also a bitter.
Okay. Okay. So dandelion and wormwood. Okay. All righty. All right. So chamomile and ashwagandha is good for anxiety and stress, high stress levels. Anything else? What was I can't think of it. Oh, I can't think of it, but I'm just remembering conversation. I'm Valera root.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that
So that is a sedative, and that will put you to sleep.
oh, it's a sedative?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was just wondering because yeah, I'm doing Valera. It's like, oh my God, honey. Okay. So and what are you said that we don't use the term side effects with herbs. But you say counter, what did you say?
Contraindications.
Indications. Okay. And tell us about some contraindications, because when we take this prescription medicine, you got a list of side effects a mile long. I mean, a lot of times if you look at the side effects, you'll be like, just let me just have diabetes. If I got to deal with all this other stuff, just let my blood sugar be sky high. So what about, so tell us about some of the co- contraindicators.
Contraindications.
Okay.
So the biggest one is gonna be it'll mix with your medication that you're on right now, so it can make it stronger, or sometimes it can cancel it out.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
got to be very careful with that one because it'll like stop its effectiveness.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. So generally, if you're taking other medications, you need to make sure that you're talking to your doctor before you start taking
Yeah.
these any other kind of supplements
Yeah.
or herbs. Okay, okay. Um, do you know anything, Adriel, that is good for allergies?
Okay, so for allergies, I would say elderflower or elderberry.
Okay, okay. Elderberry.
Elderberry
Okay.
is also delicious. I love elderberry tea.
So, when you talk about the bitters being good for digestion, you mean gut health, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, uh, all righty. So, Tiffany wants to know, have you started mixing herbs for people? That's what I told her. I said, you're going to have to get a line of your own. We're going to have to get some gin teas or some gin tinctures or some whatever. I'd have named them for you, Adrian. But anyway, um, so tell us, and we have gotten ahead of you, but I know you have some good information on how to ingest, because you can there are different ways you can ingest these things.
Yeah,
Elderberry is great for immune health too. That's what Duchess says.
it is. Elderberry is also really good at helping you get over the flu.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
because essentially what the flu is it's like the virus is jumping into your cells and like hijacking them.
Hmm.
So what elderberry does is it solidifies the cell wall so the virus can't get in, so it just
Oh,
dies
okay.
out.
Okay. Okay.
So it's great for
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay. And Andrew Page wants to know what's good for acid reflux.
Honestly, with acid reflux, I'm not quite sure. Maybe a bitter would work because it's going to help out with the gut area.
It
But
helps
I
with
don't.
digestion.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
probably a bitter.
Okay. So tell us about how we ingest these herbs.
Okay, so you can make teas, obviously, or you can make tinctures, which I explained was the alcohol and the herb, and you let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks. You shake it up, and you do like
Okay.
the drops under your tongue. That's a very
Okay.
potent extraction.
Okay.
Uh,
And like you told us before, this not true rubbing alcohol. So put your
yeah,
green alcohol down, put your white alcohol down. This is when she says alcohol, she means a liquor like
like
vodka.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So those are gonna be how you like ingest them. But some of the herbs are best used topically, especially if you're having like a skin issue. Like I know dandelion is also good for skin issues like eczema and psoriasis and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So for that kind of stuff, you can make infused oils. So
Okay.
essentially, infused oils is exactly what it sounds like. You can take some extra virgin olive oil or some coconut oil, grapeseed oil, apricot oil, and you're gonna pour it over the herbs. They can be fresh herbs, they can be dried herbs. You're going to put it in a pot, like fill the pot with some water, put the jar over inside the pot, and let it simmer. And you can let it sit for 4 to 6 hours, cooking like that.
Okay.
And
So
then you're gonna strain.
you'll put the oil and the
In the
herb in a jar, then
yeah,
in the jar in the
in
pot.
the jar in
Okay.
the pot, yeah, with the water in it. And
Okay.
then you're gonna strain the herb out after 4 to 6 hours, and then you've got your infused oil.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so from infused oil, I want to talk about salves because you can also make salves. That's going to be more buttery.
Okay.
So this you're going to want to make your infused oil first,
Okay.
and so you're going to put it back in the boiler just like you had it when you were making it, like inside the jar, in the water, and you're going to put the stove on medium heat, And then you're going to get some beeswax. You can buy some beeswax from like a nature shop.
Okay.
And you're going to add that in there and let it melt. And you're going to stir it. And then you're going to let it cool just a little bit. And you're going to pour it in a container. And then you're going to allow it to cool completely. And then it'll firm up. Kind of, it's like a lip balm kind of type.
Okay.
So that's going to be a salve for skin issues.
Okay. 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 And then teas. How do you make your teas?
So I get loose leaf teas. Have you seen the loose leaf tea kind of? I don't have it down here with me, but it's like a loose leaf tea container.
That little ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna get one of those. You get you some crushed up herbs. You buy them, like I was showing you my hibiscus in the jar. You shovel that over into the little tea ball thingy, and then you heat up your water and you just let it steep in there.
Okay. So you just get the herb and let it steep. So do you mix it with anything else when you make your teas, or you just?
So I actually have made a what's it called? An Earl Grey hibiscus tea, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's
So
only 2 herbs I really mix together.
okay.
But normally I'll just use 1 herb.
Just use 1 herb. And do you sweeten your tea, or you just drink it? Like I see you drinking the iced tea right there. So
I sweeten it. I add some sugar. I can't really do the honey thing. I'd much rather just use sugar.
okay, so you do sweeten it. Okay. Okay. All righty. And okay, so let me ask you one other question. For those of us who may be new to the herbal supplements, um, what would you suggest we start off with? What is your one must have? You must have this herb in your cabinet or at your disposal. What's your one must have?
Get you some lavender.
Lavender.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is lavender good for?
Lavender is what's called a nervine, so it's gonna act on your central nervous system and it's gonna calm you down. So if you deal with just day-to-day stress, lavender is great for that. And I know we all have that, so it's really good for that.
Okay. And then what about the echinacea? I know that's one that you love.
I do
Because
love
I thought
echinacea.
that was going to be your must-have, the echinacea.
No.
But
See, echinacea is really, really great. It's a what's it called? Antibiotic. That word left my brain for a second. It's a natural antibiotic. So for years, if I was sick, my mom would be like, have you had echinacea? Like, she really put me on echinacea. So to this day, if I ever feel myself getting sick, echinacea. That's what I do.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
last week, I was sick last week, but it's already gone because I was taking echinacea and I was drinking elderberry tea every day. So I'm good
Okay.
now.
Okay. All right. So our must-haves are lavender and echinacea, right? Okay. Okay. And does echinacea have counter whatever? Do they interact with any medicines that you know?
So I know echinacea is in this family called the aster family because plants have the little families they be in. So it's in the aster family. Some people are allergic to aster.
Oh.
So if you have that allergy, I'd watch out for it. But other than that, it's pretty much regarded as safe.
Okay. Okay. And then we have thank you, Lee, and I try. Uh we have a question. Do you have any thoughts on black seed oil?
Like black seed oil for the infused oil or salves, it should be totally fine. Really, it's any oil that you have should be fine.
Okay. And okay, so and the oils like the fish oils, those herbal supplements as well, or are they something different?
I don't know anything about fish oil.
Okay, so those are in a different category, those different oils. Okay. All righty. And Tiffany wants to know, do you ingest lavender?
Yeah, you can put it in tea.
Okay.
I am planning on making a lavender and Earl Grey tea as soon
Okay.
as possible. So
Okay. So you can ingest the lavender. Okay. Well, that is awesome, awesome, awesome. Joyce says, Duchess says that black seed oil is good for a number of health issues. Okay, so black seed oil is good for a number of health issues. But that's not Adri's specialty. She's herbs, not oils. But anyway, Adriel, thank you so much, Sweet Pea. Does anyone else have any questions that they want to ask Adriel about any other questions that they want to ask her about various herbs or the positive impact on them? And to cinnamon. What about cinnamon? Is that something that's good for diabetes?
Um, I've actually heard about cinnamon being good for digestion. I'm not sure about diabetes.
Okay. Okay. It's good for digestion. Okay. All righty then. Anybody else got any questions before we let Adria go? Thank you so much, Adria, for joining us. This has been very informative and the impact, let me just ask you this before we go. The impact that herbs have on your body, are they less strenuous than prescription drugs for the most part because
I
they
would
are
say, I
natural?
would say yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So, because you take this drug for diabetes, but then you got to watch its effect on your kidneys and your liver and da 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 da, and then you take this for your heart, but you got to watch it for your cholesterol and all of that type of stuff. You have to balance out how you're taking. So, but you said it's a holistic approach too,
Yeah.
right? You,
Yeah.
you got to have your waters, you got to do your exercise, you got to do your meditations. Yeah, and of course, like we said, you got to check with your doctors before you start taking your supplements, especially if you have any chronic illnesses or are taking any prescription drugs, but we just want to focus on being healthier people, happier people, and anything that can help us to be healthier and happier. We want to look into that. So thank you so much, Adriel. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. And you'll have to come back and talk to us about yoga on another day and demonstrate some yoga poses for us.
Okay.
Uh, all righty. Well, thank you. I love you.
Love you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let me see if I can get Mr. Jackson back in so he can take us on out with our announcements. If not, then I will have to do. I don't see him. So I guess you all are left with me for the announcements. First of all, of course, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight and each Sunday night for Let's Talk. And if you don't mind, please make sure that you like and share this video with others. Oh, okay. And Jerry is having connectivity issues. Thank you, ma'am. So anyway, so we'll go ahead and take it on out. But please like and share the video. And tell your friends about Let's Talk and that we're having conversations, in-depth conversations. Um, we're having each in-depth conversations about things that impact the Black community each Sunday. And like I said, it's not my discussion, it's our discussion. So we invite you to be a part of it. Just a reminder that Huddle will be available for rides to the polls, for voting. Darlene said, I just have a comment. I was a diabetic for 23 years. Now I'm not anymore. Give me a call if you want to know more. Okay, Miss Darlene, I will definitely call and talk to you because yeah, I'm trying to beat this thing. So thank you so much. And Andrew Collins said, "Great show." Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for joining us. And like I said, please make sure you like and share that video, the show, and tell others about it. Okay, next Sunday. Next Sunday, we will be talking about more about Project 2025 and how it would impact you. This is part two of the discussion, and we'll be talking about the fear of some people of the browning of America, and that is um, how that is a part of or a major part in the push for Project 2025, how that is part of the impetus, what started it, what keeps it going, is the fear of the browning of America in some people. So we'll be talking about that and some of the diabolical plans that some of the authors of Project 2025 embrace, and some of the things they embrace, which basically amount to genocide. So you want to join us for that discussion so that we'll stay informed. Save the date, September 12th. Please save that date. We don't have all the plans solidified yet, and once we do, of course, we'll blast that out, and we'll be looking forward to each of you sharing. But we're going to take this show on the road. We're going to go live. Let's talk, and we're going to host a town hall, a Project 2025 town hall, and it will be live and location. It will be hosted by the whole site will be the historic St. Luke AME Church, but when we get our times solidified and all of the participants solidified, we're going to give you that information, but just save that date, September the 12th, 2024, for our first in-person Let's Talk. I'm so excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. Hope everyone can make it out if you are in the Lee County area. And even if you are not, if you are in Alabama, anywhere, just jump in the car and come on out, because we're going to have some very good speakers, and they're going to be able to really go in depth, because these are people who have studied the mandate, the document, and they are lawyers and historians, and they're going to be able to really, they're going to be able to really inform us about the plan that is Project 2025. So save the date, September the 12th. Also, the debate watch party. We will have a debate watch party on September the 10th, 2024. And so, of course, the debate will be on ABC, and so you just look forward to additional information about that. We will not have a show on August the 25th. I'll be out of town on that day, on that Sunday, so we will not have a show then. But we will be coming back full force in September. We're going to have a lot of things going on in September. Don't forget to subscribe to Divinely Guided Podcast. Adriel, oh, that was one thing I forgot. I'm sorry. Adriel is one of the hosts of the Divinely Guided Podcast, that mother-daughter duo. That's Duchess's daughter, and that's Adriel. And they have the podcast Divinely Guided it premieres a new episode premieres every Monday around 6, between 6 and 7 p.m. on the YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe to their YouTube channel, Divinely Guided Podcast. and they give out all types of information about self-care. So you can find more of Adriel, more about the herbs, more about the meditation, more about just all kinds of self-care information. So don't forget to join them and subscribe to the podcast YouTube page so you won't miss an episode. And also subscribe to Juju's Dollhouse YouTube channel. And if you miss an episode of Yes, let's talk. You can catch it on the YouTube channel. We upload those every Monday night, so you can go and catch up with anything that you miss, and also keep up with anything new that's going on with Juju. And Buy Juju for You. So anyway, Buy Juju for You is a proud sponsor of Hold Up the Light nonprofit. And like I said, Hold Up the Light Huddle will be sponsoring rides to the polls. So if you or someone else is in the Lee County area and need a ride to the poll, Tiffany has put the phone number in. And then hopefully also we are going to have a tailgate party at St. Luke on November the 2nd. So hopefully you can sign up for rides there. Hopefully she'll be there to allow you to sign up for a ride if you need a ride. You can sign up at that time. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It has been a pleasure. Thank you, Adriel. Thank you, as always, Mr. Jackson. I love each and every one of you. You guys tell somebody you love them. People are going through so much nowadays, and just to hear I love you from someone can really make their day. So tell somebody that you love them. Besides, life is short. If you love somebody, let them know. Tell them that you love them. Anyway, my motto is I am walking by faith, inspiring hope, and showing love all along the way. I am Juju. I am that mountain moving giant slayer. And until next week, guys, I wish you much love and many blessings. You guys have a good night. Have a great night. I've enjoyed you.